match that was. Bestia, I mean, they had a lot of things going for them, especially by the end. So it was really that the knock from the car that could have made something happen, but unfortunately it just was not it. So, but now, hey, I have good news. Look, we got the correct ones for Bestia and for Duel, and then I also changed the colors for, I think it was AKA. Where are they? Okay, they're still on the plane. Come on. You guys can see it in a bit when they drop. I will show you guys. I refuse not to. I put too much work into this. Well, there's Duel, and then AKA I made them a little bit darker. There you go. So they're not. They're a little bit darker. Dang it, they're still too close to new gen. Dang it. Oh well, it's fine. Whatever. All right, but let's see. Are there any hot drops? I don't think so. I think this is relatively chill scrims. Like, everyone who's made it to finals kind of knows their drop spots and doesn't really want to fight for it. It's quals that we kind of see that with, but I mean, quals have been passed. There's nothing going on. So, yeah, it's really just kind of let everyone loot where they want to, and then we will see where they go. But question is, where does Circle go? And Circle shifts northeast. Okay, well, now we have, I don't know if any of you guys know this, but when Roth was playing with, oh my gosh, was it Katsuya? Or was it United? Wait, I could have been wrong. Dang it. All right. I think it was Katsuya. When Roth was playing with Katsuya, there was one match and like a LAN. I think it was one of the, I think it was PGC. I think it was like one of their qualifying things that they could have qualified for. But this bridge was put in afterwards because they got so screwed. Like, because Circle shifted from like over here to over here, it literally made them lose everything. And it was heartbreaking to see. And I remember that, and my heart died so much, dude. It died so hard. For those of you who remember, respect. But, oh, dude, there have been some killers for my heart in this game. But yeah, if anyone knows about the rats thing that I was talking about, Shun, honestly, respect. I'm very surprised. But PUBG, please let me cast qualifiers. I love it. It's so much fun. And honestly, it might be a little bit more fun. Well, it's more fun. I really enjoy it. There's a lot of things where, like, qualifying teams and teams that are trying to qual is really fun to cast. Like, especially for qualifiers, like the first 3-4 teams, like, it's great. It's really, really fun because teams are in. That's the main thing. But afterwards, like, it's really all about that, like, 7th to 8th spot. That's really fun to cast. So there's something about it that you can't, like, quite capture, which I wish that PUBG would let me cast, but due to competitive integrity, they have removed all community casting. I was able to do it for EWC last year. I don't know if they're going to let me do it this year, but I think qualifiers have already happened for EWC. So I think they've just fully removed all community casting, which makes me sad. What was that song played last break that was about Battle Royale? It's not on something that you probably know immediately, like it's not on Spotify. It's from a playlist that a buddy gave me so that I could play it, because I tried to make an NCS playlist and then I got dinged on it and I was like, screw it, dude. So I didn't have music for a little while. Then I hit him up and I was like, hey, dude, I know you make music. Do you mind sending me some? So I'm asking him if there's anything that I can send you guys that shows you to him, because I would love to support him how I can. And if he gives me something or says that it's fine to share it with you, I will do so indeed. But currently I'm not going to give it out just because I want to respect him. I hope you can appreciate that. And if not, no, you're a nice guy. You're Slick Nick. So you would appreciate that. Is that guilt tripping? That might be a little bit of a guilt trip, but it's fine. Sparking and the rest of Rock, they have found an E pickup, which they will use, and they will be happy to do so. But Furia and Bolivia are a little bit close to each other, but it looks like... hello. Well, it looks like Cambo wanted to go first. And BL... Oh, my gosh. BL and Kraken, they're going to be a little bit late to catch the first couple. They might get the last one. Don't take shots, don't take shots, don't take shots. Okay, I was going to say the last one is one. But one from behind is going to try to go around, and he will be fine. And they'll take some shots, but the shots are too little. As France, Max has taken the other side of things, spots out Furia rotating, and he could actually catch them here. Rock, they have fully gotten on to the E pickup, which makes a lot of sense. This circle has about 30% inside water at the very least, especially with the rivers. Maybe more like 40%. It's somewhere between 30 and 40. That's my estimate. I don't have hard numbers. I just have my brain. So, Godlike is kind of splitting duel, but they don't know about it. And I'm not going to... I'm not going to go into the pickup because it's just going to ruin the sound for like 20 minutes because that's ridiculous and I hate it so much. But I actually kind of want to see if New Gen was going to take some shots at them. BL taking some shots over at France and does a little bit of damage, but now they know that each other are here and they don't want to deal with that right now. Speaking of dealing with it, Caution, he's DC'd. Well, this is going to be the freest kill for Bolivia if they do spot him out. Because he is walking right into them. And Gamu, oh, jeez. Well, he was with Gamu. This is possibly the most crashes I've kind of seen for a while. But I'll keep an eye on things, but it looks like he's just going to be walking to his death. But, I mean, they're not really taking a gander. Oh, I want to watch that duel fight, but no way. Wait, is he actually going to be safe? Is he going to, like, hit the rock? Okay, it shows that he's DC'd. Ooh, God, like in duel, they're going to be fighting. He still doesn't hear him. Is he like, oh, he stopped. That actually might just save him. I've had a lot of fun watching DC players at this point. He didn't even spot him out. I think he was just in the middle of the field. Yeah, he is. Oh my God. This is hilarious. For nothing, taking some shots. They really don't want to engage onto anything just because they know that someone's right over here. So if, ooh, okay. I was going to say if the fight breaks out, we'll shift. But Lopez taking some shots over at Emmy. Capitan is right below. And still seems fine. They might be positioning to take this fight or just grouping up just to leave together. But they're not going to go on the road. Lopez should know it. Did he lose a vehicle? No. Alright, they're fine. Ooh, Gladiator, though. He could be in a position to do something. Fakes in. I feel like they know that something's about to happen. DNL is right over the line as well. And DNL is right on them. Good shots. Does have to sidestep one. Ooh, gets two. Beautiful shots coming out from DNL. Solds now. He has to make a good hero play, but Capitan Solds has done a lot of damage to DNL. Lopez found and taken down. Inside of the smoke, DNL Solds is right on the other end. They both have 0 HP. Caution. I mean, he's dead. Well, Solds does go down, and they should flush him out. And poor... Wait, Caution is alive? Caution is alive! That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's amazing. I love it. Well, Bestia, they do go ahead and find Sharp Shot. And now it appropriately shows that, ironically enough, the two teams that are kind of mislabeled, at least. Oh my gosh, Caution. How did he make it out? Well, Bestia, they do have to be careful because Copenhagen Wolves is right here. And, well, there's a couple of them. The nade is a little bit too little too late. H-Win trying to be point man. Gonna do some damage, make sure that vehicle isn't really in use, but now Emmy, or Capitan is actually, well, good try. DNL is gonna finally get him with the frag, and now No Way and the rest of No Way can gather up. They can probably get their boy back at terminal. It shouldn't be too difficult. But Sparking, he's in a glider, it donuts up. I mean, we should see it go east over here. I typically feel like we see it end around here. But We will see. Rock is going to go right by AKA. Oh. Wait, do they have 3 gear? Alright. Now New has 3 gear, but I'm sure that is good shots coming out from AKA LIP, and specifically Satasco has to get out of there before he gets knocked. Some good shots, but RBN also having to be careful as Batunga, as he is right on the other side of this field. With a K2, not your most, not what a lot of people are terrified of or pick up, but hey, when you got to pick something up, you pick something up. It's the player, it's not the gun. Stokely, ooh, my friends. This is very aggressive, and you got to be careful, because if you better take this fight, you, sir, are bold. But Purdy Curdy, he is going to continue his not-so-great game, and he's going to be flushed out. Stokely, some good shots. He should just get the heck out of there. But good catch by him, and he made the shots that he needed to. Sparking, he should be calling out the new gen is crossing the bridge. And there is a member of Rock and Balefrost. They might be crashing onto this and cause in. The shots. Gonna knock him down. Finna. Hey, Mashari, how you doing? I accidentally tipped over my mouse button. That was crazy. But what the heck? All right. New Gen is just being incredibly aggressive, and they will find RBN. I think Batunga did spot out. Was in. He wasn't looking at the right thing, but Cambo gonna go ahead and find Finna, and Finna, he should be safe, I think. With a smoke, he'll definitely be safe. And while the smoke is coming in, and Duel, they pick it. Wait, did they lose 2? Oh shoot, they lost 2. They could go for blue chips. It's not too bad. Penta might just go for that. You know what I'm saying. The blue thing, the res station. That's the words. New Gen All-Stars able to get their boy back up onto his feet and meted. Rock lost their friend and teammate, but they do have a little bit of a compound inside zone. Not too shabby for them. But in 40 seconds, we will see where Circle goes, and that will determine a lot. I think it shifts northeast here, right? Oh my gosh, did they lose another? Team Peru trying to get a little bit of flank over on to No Way. But he's behind cover, and there's too much terrain in between. And an E pickup coming in from Bestia. And actually, little does he know that he is inside that smoke on the far left side. But he doesn't have the vision we do. Spots out Slabby. But again, it's going to be an easy way to go back for them. Penta did bring their boys back. And 26 seconds, we will see where they go. But you can imagine that Duel probably is going to land over here. So, Infinite, remember that our boy Purdy Curdy did go down unceremoniously to some shots coming out by it was Stokely who got the kill. So E pickup incoming, and ooh, okay, it goes a little bit to the north, but now it should hard shift off of this. So we're looking at a crescent moon in the shape over here. So, but Duel, that's a pretty good plane for them. They wish that it started over here just so they have more time to loot, but overall, honestly, not that bad. It could have been a lot worse. If it just went straight through the middle, that would have sucked. But this is pretty good. All right, Bestia, where do you go? I think they're just going to try to play the shack. It doesn't look like too many people are actually looking at them. So this is going to work out well, except for Batungas. He does find Vinny. And Batungas, he's doing work for Bolivia. Draft King does go down, circle closing, and No Way is going to try to send it across bridge, and you have 2 teams that are holding, and one of them is going to be Team Peru. They're actually below the bridge. They're trolling it up as a hard left turn is going to come in here, and Furia with a knock. Ooh, Santaya, he has to be careful because the drive-by could come in, the return drive-by, but instead it's fine. And it was No Way. Ooh, Sparking finds Batungas. And actually, the shots coming in from No Way do put Sentaya down. Not knocked, just down. We have Copenhagen Wolves in the northeast as Falcons are in the south. And Bestia smack dab in the middle of the center. And Duel, I think... Yep. Oh, no. No, don't do this. Don't do this to them, Falcons. Haven't they suffered enough? Don't do this. Wow, what a split. Look at the split from Bolivia. That's crazy. I don't know if that's a choice. I'll phrase it that way. That's a choice. Injected. They could kind of hold out Duel here. But, oh no. Well, the U.S. is going to tip, but they'll be fine. A little bit of a heartthrob, but it's okay. They found a way inside zone, which they will take as Duel actually is kind of behind them in blue. So if they all take shots, it could be a quick end for them. But you can see the scouting happen. Circle does shift. It just does donut up. Looks like they're just going to go more north, and LFP actually going to find Simplicity. And LFP does have to be careful because Duel is actually getting close to him. And they went silent. They went silent. That is a beautiful pull-up. Aw, no, they made noise. Well, he spots out Sharp. And that's disgusting. Well, Sharp gave up his body for science, and information has been found. He knows that there should be some team members around, but doesn't know exactly where. And they cannot cross the hill in time, as they do have to med. So that's going to be unfortunate for Duel. But as they're trying to make their move, so are Copenhagen Wolves. Blood has lost a tire, but it should be pretty fine for him. Wooly, he's still inside blue. Spots out Snakers and H-Win. Might go for the shots, but that's going to be a tough fight. Doesn't have a ton of meds. And Alo, infinite. Oh my gosh. And this... Jeez. Liquid. 0 for 3. That's the best way that I can phrase it. But Wooly isn't going to take shots. That means that they're going to be playing extremely late. And I don't know if he really has meds for it. Stanker's inside the vehicle. Vox, he is... Oh, wait. Yeah. Well, Wooly has been spotted. Fanta traded out, though. And Vox, he has a lot of bullets there. Oh, my lord. Jeez, what is this? Well, Shrimpsy does go down. Natalia Falcons, 2 down. They do get a trade, though. And Injected is on the other side as well, so they have to be careful. But Falcons... Wait, they're just down to kickstart. I didn't even see that. Duel eliminated. The blue doing its work. Tig does farewell to the lobby. It's Sentaya. Hopper on the other side of it. Lush coming in. Should be able to get the res off onto Shrimsy. But now Tony has to do work as the rest of Copenhagen Wolves. They're going to go ahead and crash onto this. And Vox, he is being the aggressor, but has to be careful. Flood going to take down Haven. Vox straight out by Infinite, actually. Snaker's the last one alive, and it all just went straight to pot for them as well. No Way is eliminated in the distance. You can see it was Furia and New Gen All-Stars who combined to make that happen. And Snaker is trying to find a home for himself, but it is just inhospitable. Ooh, that's a good nade that could take him down, and it does. Copenhagen Wolves fall at that hurdle, but... Oh, I thought it was actually going to kill him. Gustav holding on to the thread of life. Take start, though, taken down by Infinite. The blue zone is coming in. Stokely, oh my gosh, dude. Injected, trying to be aggressive, trying to make something happen, and, well, one of them is going to go down. It is just LFP and Tony who are left, but shots peppering in from every single place you can imagine. Syntrax, he does go ahead and get that flush, but oh, nice shots, and needs to watch out because everyone can spot him out, but he does get him. 4 kills, 4 injected, but not a safe spot, to say the least. Falcons able to get all, well, the remaining 3 members. Furia, New Gen All-Stars now dueling on this western side, as AKA still need to make their way inside zone. France has been relatively quiet. Poonage going to go ahead and find DraftKing. And now they are just holding. France is behind Furia as well. This could be it for them. H2N trying to get a spot, but DraftKing will get flushed away. H2N took a lot of damage from the blue. And now he's driving straight at a couple of bogeys. Poonage, though, with a nice headshot, is going to take down H2N. As Posa and BL are just holding a rock. Talk about being between a rock and a hard place. And that is some good shots coming out from BL. Max dead. RSK, but now New Gen All-Stars, they want blood. They want points. Well, Furia and France look like it's going to be good enough for them. A lot of shots ring out. That nade somehow doesn't get them, even though it was right on top of them. As Furia tries to go past all of this madness. Bale going to go ahead and find BL. Posa tries to go past, is only going to go straight to Falcons. And this should be an easy kill, but it's going to be Poon who does get them indeed. 7 kills for the New Gen All-Stars as Choppy down to 75 HP. Gets the res. Santasco gets the res, gets the med. And Santasco is going to find him as so many teams are all dropping like flies. That's not what I want to click. Apologies. Poonage spots out SKZ, and he goes back behind cover just in time, but it doesn't matter. Poonage is going to go ahead and find the knock, and now New Gen Finna from the other side is going to do damage. Tries to get the flush onto SKZ. Max is right behind the car. Good spot out Finna here. And they have to be able to spot him coming in from the blue, and Max is actually going to find the knock, and, well, blue saved him there, but New Gen All-Stars, they need to get their boys back in. Shinboy and Finna, they are both down, and they need to get those reses back up. Bestia is kind of trying to take a look at that, but they have a lot of smokes and should be able to get the chain reses off of this one. 4-0. They have been the masters of the mountain so far. They've done a lot of work. And Falcons, they're the ones who actually have center zone. After a rough spot, they were down to kickstart for just a little bit. But now, New Gen trying to find their next way inside the zone. And hello, Mortar. Where are we going? Looks like we're trying to go to Falcons and doesn't find its mark. Oh, it does not. Apologies. This is going to AKA. What am I doing? Hey, Trick, how you doing, bro? All right, Mortar number 2. Does it hit? 3, 2, 1. Ooh, it does some good damage, but doesn't get a knock. That one also not going to find the knock. AKA are currently safe, but they are definitely playing happy feet here. New Gen All-Stars making their move on to the western side of things. Falcons do a lot of damage, but none of them goes down, which is incredibly helpful to them. The damage is spread out between all of them. Santasco does have a spot out onto AKA. Trying to make sure that they do not push into them, but it's looking rougher and rougher. And actually, it is going to be Bolivian 4-0 spot out each other. And MG3, the nades coming in, and Caution is going to go ahead and find one, and that name is amazing. And Nazera goes down. It is just Campo who's left alive. There's a lot of damage, 5 bullets left, and he is going to go automatically reload, and the nade goes on to the other side of things, but the gas can could actually hit him. It will not. But that second frag might force him out of here, and Gamu is going to find him 4-0, up to 7 kills. Well done by them. As AKA a lip is going to go down to a blue zone from Santasco, and they're just going to try to rotate ahead, try to make sure that they can take some shots as they come into zone. New Gen All-Stars have made their way inside this new zone, but Smoke is just protecting their angles. But AK is not wanting to push out that hard, but they do have to do something as an MG3, and actually they don't know. They don't know about AK coming in from behind them. Actually, it could be, now they do. Gamu spots out. Falcon is going to find Murillo, and the flick, beautifully done. But Trimsy is going to go ahead and find him. Blue zone doing its work, and that new should go down any second. Lip, he is inside zone. Trying to get the 2 flushes onto the 2 members that were knocked beautifully by Falcon. And, well, it is going to be Scrimsy who does find him. That is just even more kills for the Falcons. They're only up to 7, though. And Bestia, this is Falcons wanting to do damage. It's actually Benya who finds Gustav. Trying to get the flush with a nade. Can he do it? It's a good one. It goes right underneath, and he saved him just in the nick of time with that Birdum. But now, 4-0. They still have 1 member up. Caution, he. And now the 2 members of Falcons going to go ahead and try to get back to Scrimsy just to make sure that they can resettle. But, and, hello. Shinboy, this is how it goes. Good knock. I think it was Bessie who got the knock onto them. As Falcons still hold that center zone. Bestia, they have been here for a very long time. And, well, they're trying to just remain as quiet as possible. 4-0 do get their second member back up. So they have doubled their numbers. I've heard that 2 is better than 1. I hate it. Hey, Penry, what up, bro? How you doing? I was talking about you the other day. Some people were asking about Penry, and I told them my honest opinion. Well, that Birdum is taking a lot of damage, and they're just going to go ahead and block that shack. And, well, one of them should... I mean, he should die. Spots out good shots from Gustav. Is going to go ahead and knock Pippa. And now there is only 1 left alive. Actually, they got to be careful. Make sure that they have someone in there. But from the side, caution, he. The infamous name. And now, Falcons, they do take it down. One big kickstart is going to go down to Benya's nade. He might have gone down, but he will not go down in vain. 4-0 now trying to take down the Falcons. As kickstart, he's dead. There's no res that can come in. Rock and New Gen on the other side, trying to just vie for something to play for. But now it is Scrimsy against 2 players. 4-0. An unhappy party member. Well, happy for him, unhappy for the Falcons, as Height is not on the side of New Gen. I believe they don't really have any vehicles because I believe they were taken down. Yeah. But New Gen is inside the zone so far, so we will see if that maintains its viability for them. Scrimsy, though, just trying, but I mean, Caution and Gamu, they're gonna hold that and just TPP over it. TPP means third person peek, by the way. If I say TPP over it, that's yeah. TPP is a verb for me. Because I know a lot of people call it wall licking. TPP is just quicker for my brain. So I just go with that. Rock, they have a very nice position. They have the high ground. They have their pickaxes, so they can do a lot of work with that. RBN trying to make sure, and actually they're not inside the save zone, and Shinboy, he is the only member of New Gen All-Stars who is not. But Shrimsy is inside, and, well, Caution. A Panzer and an AUG. What a combo. AUG with a 4X, dude. I actually like it. I respect it. I know that a lot of people enjoy the hybrid scopes. There's something about it that my brain can't do. Like, give me a 4X with like anything, and it's better than the hybrid scope. For some reason, my brain just like can't connect them. So, Circle though is going to force a Rock to go inside, and Poon, he has to be very careful. If they can get a spot on him, that'd be horrible for New Gen All Stars. But they're trying to play save the Shin Boy as some smokes come in. And I mean, they have enough smokes to make something happen. But Rock still needs to make it in. Gamu could actually be the one who puts the screws into this Rock team. They're in some vehicles, but from the other side, both teams are fighting. RBN has to be careful. Gamu going to go ahead and toss out an nade. It's going to go a little bit too low. Needs to go ahead and put it a little bit higher. But the return nade is going to put some damage into him. He's on 9 bullets. Nothing is going to connect. His 2 lethal already out. Stun incoming, trying to make sure that they can't push him. But he is the only person here. Balefrost is actually doing some damage. not trying to help out anyone. And, well, Sparking is going to have him down with a good nade. And now caution, he cannot help his comrade, but he does spot out Rock moving. Scrimsy trying to make his push, but where will he go? Will he go to the top? There should be a VOD of this, Maddie. I enabled them last time, so if it's not, it should already be a VOD. Ooh, it's a good attempt, but just unable to connect. Caution, spots out Scrimsy, but Scrimsy just does the dirty with the nade. If there's not an auto VOD, I will post it. Poon going down, and that's going to be bad. Their point man is down, and Scrimsy, he's trying to get some extra kills for this. Well, they do have center dot. They would love to go for the res onto their boy. Scrimsy trying to spot out where he can go. He's going to go ahead and back up. He is right onto the blue. Okay, he's not right onto the blue. But he is just getting... Poor man's getting attacked by so many people. Well, Balefrost is going to find him his new gen all-stars. They do have to deal with a 3-man of Rock. And we will see exactly what Finna sees. And actually, it's going to be Bale who has to make the save happen. It's a 4v3, but one of the players is knocked, and it looks like they're trying to go for the res. They are on it. Brain had to interpret what was going on. Sorry. Balefrost does not have a helmet. He has the 3 vest, but it doesn't matter if a headshot comes in. 10 kills for New Gen. It's a good start for them. But 3 on the Rock. 1 frag. Could be good work. And Finn are going to go ahead and find RBN. Balefrost now spots out Fantastico, but Fantastico is going to find one. Runage, though, finds Sparking, and now it is Fantastico into 3v1, but does find another knock. Finna and Shinboy now the last 2 off as the flush comes in. Blue on Fantastico's back. Needs to make magic happen. He is behind cover again. Finna needs to play with Shinboy. If they trade here, this should be fine. Sparky knows exactly where they are, collecting points like it's no tomorrow, but they need to play together. And the shots do come in, and Shinboy with a nice headshot is going to find it in New Gen All-Stars. 13 kills, is going to get 23 points off of this one. A good game from them. A hard, bloody battle, fighting every inch of the way. Starting off with, I think it was Toyo? No, it was Rock, wasn't it? Yeah, because Sparking was above in the glider. But an amazing